If you guys don't know, I've been doing my dedicated study for Step 2. Step 2 is one of the 3 licensing exam that you have to take in order to practice as a doctor in the United States. So I took my Step 1 a year ago, and now I'm preparing for my Step 2. And I have about 3.5 weeks to study for, which I heard is more than enough time. So basically all I'm doing is spending the entire day studying every day. I have 1 day off a week, and aside from that, it's all studying Monday through Saturday. So I thought today might be a good time for me to talk about some of the tips that I have for either studying for a long period of time or studying for a very big exam. So I'm gonna just head over to a library now, but in between my study breaks, I'll talk to you guys about some of my tips on how to study for a big exam.
Tip number 1, have a cute cat. She will cheer you up when you're studying. Yes.
Alright, so my first actual tip is the setup. So that means wearing comfortable clothes. As you can see, I'm just wearing like a sweatshirt and leggings and sneakers, and finding a good location. Good location like the library so you can study without being interrupted. I think there's a lot of variables when you're studying, so definitely control the ones that you can control. So what you're wearing, where you're going to study, and minimizing distractions that way. So I'm headed to a library now. I'm gonna take the subway, and I'll see you guys there. A fashion shoot. Today I'm gonna be studying in this majestic public library in Midtown. So nice, it's like a museum or something. My tip number 2 is to take breaks. I've done about half of the questions that I planned to do for the day, so I came out here in Bryant Park to take a break and have some lunch. I think sometimes the tendency of people when they're studying for a big exam is to just kind of keep studying until they can't study anymore, but that can be actually pretty counterproductive when it comes to your productivity. So it's very helpful to take scheduled breaks so that your productivity remains high and you're less distracted when you're actually supposed to be working. And another tip to go along with this is to change your location. Like I said, I came out to Bryant Park, which is right behind the library where I was studying. And sometimes when you have the same locations for studying and taking a break, that line between working and taking a break can be blurred. So I find it really helpful to just leave the space where I was studying and just come to a different space to just relax and unwind for a little bit so I can go back to work and be productive. So I'm back home and I have my 3rd tip, which is changing your study location around. I just mentioned that it's good to have a separate study location and a break location, and I think sometimes studying in the same place can get old and you get tired, and I think sometimes just changing location from the library to a cafe or to home can really help to switch things up, and it can help you refocus on the work that you're supposed to be doing. So I finished all the questions that I had planned to do for the day at the library. And I came home, had some dinner, and now I have some reading to do, so I'm gonna work on that, and then I'll be done with studying soon. My second to last tip is having a specific plan for what you're going to study. So this is an example of how I have planned out the next 3.5 weeks of studying for Step 2. As you can see, I have the day, the topic I'm going to cover, and exactly the number of questions I'm going to do, and the book that I'm going to be reading. So I like to be as specific as possible when I'm planning these things out, so I never wake up and wonder what I'm going to do that day. It also makes me feel good because I can check off all the things that I've done, and I know that I'm making good progress. The book that I'm reading is called Master the Board Step 2 CK. Unlike step 1, where there's a ton of different resources that people like, there's not really a lot of things that people like other than New World and maybe this book. So this is a book that I'm deciding to read. I've marked off all the different chapters, and I'm just reading the chapter that corresponds with the topics that I'm going to be covering that day, as you can see. My final tip of the day is to get enough sleep. When you're studying for a big exam, whether it's for SATs or for med school or for whatever else, it's really important to think of it as a marathon, not as a sprint. So make sure you get enough sleep, whatever that means for you, so that you can be rested and start fresh tomorrow. So that's all the tips I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are studying for a big exam like me, good luck, and I'll see you guys in the